Hello, fellow fantasy gamers, and welcome back to my channel. As you have seen in the title of the video, today I will go through the last two match days in Serie A, before the international break. There were some very interesting events and important results that occurred in the month of November, so strap on and let's go. But before we start, I would like to ask you as always to show your support by subscribing to the channel and sharing it with your friends. Hitting the like button will help me reach even more Serie A fans. Thank you to all that have done that already. And now, let's move on with results from round 11 played in the first weekend of the month. There were surprises again, just like every round so far. At the start, Bologna won over Lazio with 1-0 and continued their great undefeated streak since the second match day. Monza took important 3 points from their visit to Verona. Cagliari defeated Genoa at home, taking vital points. While Napoli won away at Salerno with 2-0. There were few big matches that I would like to point out. Inter won away to Atalanta in a tough game. The goal of Scamacca was not enough for the home side. The bomb was dropped at the San Siro, where Milan conceded a loss to another black and white team. Roberto Pereira scored from penalty to give Udinese the 3 points. For sure the situation in Milan is not that bright. At Sunday we witnessed another two big teams taking 3 points in two different ways. First, Roma came back against Lecce in the added time, and after that Juventus defeated Fiorentina by an early goal from Miretti. That was his first goal in Serie A. Overall, this game week was not that productive for the fantasy gamers, as only Napoli and Juventus kept clean sheets from the top teams, resulting in 3 players from the champions in the dream team for the week. The rest were players from smaller teams like Frosinone, Monza, and Verona. The rankings in our league didn't undergo any significant changes. At the top we still have Ildar. My team is still wandering around the top 10, keeping some distance from the rest. This wasn't the best round for almost everyone, as most of managers collected average of 70 points, less or more. In comparison to all of us, this is the highest result for round 11. This player took advantage of the wild card and collected 97 points, which won him the round prize of a football t-shirt. Caldiola and Ferguson brought 23 points, adding to the 20 points from Raspadori, who was his captain. But I am most upset by is that one of us finished few points away from the weekly prize. That's Flora with 95 points. She was light years away from all of us, but still too far away from the prize. Not that great choice of a captain kept her on the second place. All of the players did pretty well in her team this weekend, and it is unpleasant that she finished second in the whole world. Moving on, Saif tried to reach for the stars, but still he was 13 points behind Flora. Maybe the goalkeeper and Cristante made the difference. My team comes 30 points behind Flora, and that's why I said light years away. The 3 of us had the same captain, but my midfielders brought just the average points. There was no assists or goals from them, while Lukaku missed a penalty and Rodriguez left the pitch before half-time with an injury. Never mind, I am still thankful that I didn't drop below my average from last season. That made me think of changing the squad. I bought Gudmundsson instead of Bonaventura for the next round, as I was disappointed by him and Nico Gonzalez. I got them and they stopped scoring goals and assists. I would never buy player from this violet team again. Moving on to next week when round 12 was played. And again I'll go through the most games with not too much details. The game week started at Friday with 2-2 draw between Sassuolo and Salernitana, and later Genoa defeated Verona with 1-0, where Gudmundsson didn't make any attacking contribution, but still brought good amount of points. Monza and Torino shared the points in the late game of Saturday. But before this game we witnessed one big comeback and the first goal that Juventus conceded in more than a month. First, Milan took the lead with 2-0, but Lecce managed to equalize, and only the VAR helped the 19-time Scudetto winners. After that Juventus won 2-1 against Cagliari, and the fun part is that all 3 goals were scored by defenders. Bremer brought 13 points for the round, which should have been 17 if it wasn't for the goal of Dossena. In the early game of Sunday we witnessed one more surprise as Empoli defeated Napoli with 1-0 at the Maradona Stadium. That loss cost the head of Rudi Garcia, and they announced their former boss, Mazzarri, as the new coach. It was eventful Sunday as we saw the end of the undefeated streak of Bologna, thanks to Fiorentina. And just because I was disappointed by Bonaventura and Gonzalez, they scored. After that, Atalanta dropped 2 more points and gifted 1 point to Udinese. But yet again Ederson scored a late goal. He is proving to be more important for the fantasy gamers than last season's Coupe Miners. The evening was reserved for the derby of the capital. Lazio and Roma didn't score any goals and finished 0-0, and all the managers who have defenders from these teams were happy. In the last game of the matchday, Inter won against Frosinone with 2-0 in a routine victory and very beautiful goal by Federico Di Marco. You should go and check it, for sure. In the dream team for this round we had 11 different teams represented. Colpani and Sansone scored, while most of the goals this matchday were scored by defenders, bringing important wins. In the rankings of our league, Eldar is still on top, followed by Saif, Mazan, Nikola Ratkovic and one of the new members with the team of Padre Pioli. My team is looking comfortable around the 10th spot, while Flora is climbing over ASK and Barco Zocco. At the bottom half of the table we can see different layers of managers, divided by about 20 points, while at the bottom Salim is still trying to climb up the ladder. Again, taking a look at the highest result for the round, this Indonesian fellow collected 103 points. 9 out of 11 players from his lineup contributed in some way, with goals, assists or penalties earned. Our closest manager was John Bonino with his 92 points, as he chose the best captain in the face of DiMarco. That was only the second time that John scored more than 90 points since the first round. I was starting to lose hope in the Bonino brothers. Flora had another good result with 83 points. The biggest disappointment came from Rafael Leo, who was subbed due to injury early on in the fiasco against Lecce, and he will probably miss a few games. The defeat of Napoli didn't help Flora as well, as she have 2 defenders from the champions. Somehow Flora has not climbed to the top 10 yet, despite the good results. I wish you all the best, Flora. Fingers crossed for the next rounds. My team is the next best result in our league with 80 points, mostly thanks to the right choice for a captain. I was waiting on for Bremer to finally score, and I was lucky to give him the armband. The problem was that Cagliari scored at the end and cost me about 8 points. Never mind, I am thankful for my results so far. My season average is 74.5, and that is 2.5 above the average for the last season, so I should be happy. But still, I should have done better in my opinion. Nothing else left except taking a look at what the future will bring, and that is another big round in Italian football. In just a few days we will see 2 derbies, Atalanta against Napoli and Milan versus Fiorentina. And to top it all off, in the late game in Sunday, the 2 top sides so far this season will go face to face. The derby of Italy, Juventus versus Inter. Write down in the comment section, what do you think will happen this weekend? And again, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, as I have a present for you which I will post around Christmas. That's all from me, for now. Take care and God bless.